This is Marcellus Williams, a man who's set to be executed in 4 days. Now, I have a problem. One of my followers just sent me this information, so I did hours of research, and I witnessed something that I've never seen before. The prosecutors, the people who put people in jail, came out and said, hey, he might not have done it. Can we just give him life in prison instead? They were denied. The family of the victim, he supposedly came out and said, hey, don't do it. And they were ignored. But why? Well, the answer is no one knows. But the story gets a little crazier than that. See, this isn't the first time he was supposed to be executed. Back in 2015, in the last minute, the governor of Missouri, this was in Missouri, by the way, comes out and says, stop. They found new evidence. He really might not have done it. So the governor makes a special council of judges to do an investigation. They said, okay, well, he might not have done it. We're making you a report, governor. The governor says, great. But the governor resigns. A new governor comes in and he says, I don't want to see the report. You guys are all done. And he's going to be executed. So they went to the Supreme Court of Missouri. And the Supreme Court of Missouri said, let's just go through with it anyway. So the prosecutors came out. And they did their own investigation and they said, wow, he really might not have done it. The trial was a mess, and I'm going to be frank here, racist. 11 white jurors and 1 black juror were selected in Missouri. A black jury was rejected because his hair was kind of messy and unkempt. He didn't look trustworthy. And most importantly, the DNA on the weapon did not match his. So the prosecutors go over to his team. They said, let's talk it out. What if we just give him a plea deal, life in prison, which would give everyone time to come together and figure everything out. But in what is being called a bizarre twist, a judge rejects it. He just says, no, we're going to go through with it anyway. Now, all people are asking for is time. They're not asking he walks out. They're just asking for time. And it would be one thing if his team was asking for this to be stopped, but if prosecutors, if representatives, if people, if the victims' families are asking for a little more time, then I think it warrants that. Now, 4 days is not a long time, so where do we go from here? Well, as many people as possible needs to be aware of this, because bringing attention on an issue does a lot more than people may think. Governors, prosecutors, the Supreme Court, they all work for you. So again, in 4 days, the fate of a man is decided. So really, I just thought you should know, especially the people of Missouri, what some of your employees have decided to do to Marcellus Williams.